this video, I'm going to show some entry-level starting strategies. It's me, Terran, and I'm against another Terran. Now, in this map, because it's so large and you have to go all the way around, make sure you get your SCV out there early, like I did. I've already seen everything in his base. Oop. I know he's getting gas, barracks, you know, standard. I assumed Reaper Rush, so what I did was notice what I'm doing with my buildings. I have no... oh, there we go, that's what I was waiting on. Bunkers. Don't ever forget how useful they are. Bunker your mineral line just for the beginning of the game, because if Reapers are moving along here, the bunker extends their range just to where if there's a Marine in there, he can strike the Reaper without having to chase him down. And plus, Reapers do plus something to light. I'm not exactly sure. Now, building placement is important early game. Like right here, you see I have it to where he can't just run up into the mineral line. Even my supply depot here. If you put your supply depot right in front of your gas, you don't have to worry about it blocking, because you can just drop it in the ground. This SUV is playing a good little scout, checking for quick expand. Now my Terran versus Terran builds vary. Sometimes I do 1-1-1, which is barracks, factory, starport, and I go Marauder, Viking, but I think the upper level players do Marauder Tank, but because tanks are so expensive and I end up having, like, by late game I have like 3,000 minerals, and yeah, that's just I can't stand seeing that everything is so gas heavy that minerals just pile up pretty much any build you go, unless you go with something that's like pure zealot, pure marine. So he's doing the tech building reactor on the barracks. By now, since there's no Reaper or Reapers, I'm thinking he's not going to do it. Now the Marauder I have outside the mineral line because he's armored, so he won't take much damage at all from a Reaper. And there's a couple Marines scattered within the mineral line. I know I just turned those off. That's right. It was moved. There we go. So he's moving out across the map with his... this is a pretty strong force early game. Really strong force. Now what you should do anytime you make a push out, you should be either expanding or have already some units in your base to defend against a counterattack. Look at the little units here that they added to the maps. Now look at that force, and look at mine. I have 4 Marines, 4 inside of a bunker. Supply depot. I'm about to be supply locked. I always build a supply depot when I'm 2 or 3 away. And then a couple Marauders, and they're in my mineral field because, well, as you can see, SCVs can travel right through them, so they're not blocking anything. And it helps protect the mineral field from Reapers and early pushes like this when you're going against Terran. So here he comes. Let's see what it can do. I immediately bring some SCVs over to repair, but there's just too many Marauders, too much fire, so I try to distract for a second. Nah, it didn't work. So let's just see what happens. Notice how I'm distracting his fire here and there by moving units in, out, in, out. Still protecting all my SCVs. See how the bunker works right there. And I survived. Now I would have had a lot bigger force if I wasn't sneaking an expansion up here. Now the SCV was loaded inside the command center, so anyway. So he keeps scanning. He scanned my base here already, and is probably still wondering what I'm doing. So I'm going to hide my tech a little bit. Now that that threat's over with, salvage the bunker because I need those minerals to build more SCVs, and I did lose a barracks. So if you see units lost, I lost 950 resources. He lost 675. But at the same time, the resources that I lost were not infantry units. Let's see, he's already got a tank out. Starport. Trying to, yeah, he's doing okay. You gotta admit, I'm in gold. I'm in gold league, so there are gonna be mistakes made that I review later in replays, like obvious mistakes. Let's see. That's one mistake of his. Every time he scans me, he loses 200 minerals. Basically, that's what a mule is. 200 minerals. So I don't mind. And he thinks I have nothing here because he keeps scanning this area. He doesn't know I'm getting siege tech and tanks as well. Now what's ridiculous about this map is going all the way around. You should never go all the way around if you're Terran and you have mech in your army like these Mauraders. I consider them mech because they're armored. Anyway, Mauraders, tanks, anything like that. Oh, I saw it coming because of my scout SEV right there. Because they can, the reason I say that is because they can kill these rocks, no problem, and you can just walk right through. But this map has such close bases, even though they're spread apart by this, that air units should be primary. Look at my setup. I saw them coming, so I have 2 SCVs set on auto repair. You can set auto repair by right clicking. So when any unit that they can repair takes damage, they automatically turn around and start repairing. Even each other. Yes, SCVs can repair each other. My siege tech was just a little bit late coming out of the gate, but it's better than nothing. Now notice what I do. I move my Marauders close and thin stem. That's so the siege tanks can't hit it. And then I go in for that final kill. So I'm staying alive basically. I win these small battles, but keeping your SCVs alive is what's really important. So if you see my income, because he's spending so much on offense, he only has 19 harvesters where I have 25, even though we both have expansions. But I'm setting up my defense to where I can defend, survive at least, because I'm not going to do a push out while I'm trying to build economy. Now these 2 SCVs here are still here set on auto repair. They repaired that supply depot because it took damage, but auto repairing SCVs are pretty handy. Keep your tank spread out. See the range, how it goes at the bottom of the ramp, because I can only see to the bottom of the ramp. So those little things make a difference. Now I'm getting he knows I have tanks now, so there's no need in hiding the tech. So get a second factory. Keep throwing down your mule. Now normally this is where the air units would come out, so I made sure to put down some missile turrets, especially at my expansion that he has no idea is there. And he wasted another 200 minerals. He knows what I have in my base. I know he's scanning either to find out what I'm going to use to counter, or he wants to know if I have any units to counter what he's about to bring in. And he's building Vikings. Now I played a Terran versus Terran where I lost against a guy who did mass Vikings, even though I had Marauders, Marines, and Tanks, because Vikings can just turn into ground mode, attack, go back into the air, run away. And if you throw some Banshees in the mix, they'll take out the Marines with no problem. I'm just speeding through the dead part here. I'm trying to really build my economy. This is where I'm gonna push